happening? Oh gosh, it's Monday. It's Monday again in the key of B flat. And because we have a new address, we have a few new words to this song. Good morning, everybody. Super excited to be here for the fall season of Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West. It's Monday, October 3rd, coming your way. And we have a very special guest in the studio this morning, ARIELLE Silver, coming to us live from Los Angeles, California. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time from North Moldova. You don't need a reason. You don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to 224 Anderson Street. Just write a postcard. 04101. Just write a postcard to Portland, Maine. Doesn't really rhyme anymore, does it? 'Cause Grandma loves this show. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Postcards. I'm your host, Jenny Van West, coming to you live from the Postcard studio here in Portland, Maine. Super excited to be here, looking a little overexposed this morning because, wouldn't you know it, that just before I went live, the gremlins got in and messed with my camera. So that's the way it goes. So you're getting overexposed, Jenny. I actually have a little more of a tan from the summer, a little more of a tan. Good morning, Judith. Good morning, Diggy. Nice to see you all here. This is really exciting. I'm so happy to be back. We have a very special guest this morning, ARIELLE Silver. I'm going to bring her in a second. But first, the details. I have a new address. And if you've written to me, I do have some mail that I picked up. It's all going to get forwarded. But the new address is 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. You can write to me there. I will read it on the show. Yeah, that's what's happening. And so we're going to bring ARIELLE in a second. We got steals and deals today. We have some mail today, including someone sent a CD, someone sent a postcard, and I have a returned postcard for one of y'all that came back for no particular reason. So I'm going to read that on the air. So if you thought you might get a postcard from me and you didn't, guess what? I'm going to read it to you personally. So let's see. Well, I think it's time to bring ARIELLE in if she's ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, good morning, Laura Thompson. I think she's ready. Hi. Good morning.
I'm just over here trying to, share the link and stuff like that. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see.
There we go.
Well, good morning, ARIELLE. Let's see. I've got you're talking about this link right here?
The Facebook link. I just reposted while you were singing your song and doing all your things, fixing your address. What happened? Why is it a new address?
Oh, I have a studio now.
Oh.
The postcard studio just wouldn't fit in the PO box. The postcard studio is still in the same spot, but I do have a new teaching studio and rehearsal studio and office and so forth. So it's a pretty sweet kind of arrangement, doing a bunch of community classes there, but I can get my mail there. And as much as I love the post office, I'm already paying for the other one. Know what I mean? Yeah.
Funnel those funds into the studio, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So it's a little bit of a shift for people, but postcards will be forwarded. So, ARIELLE, so I'm so glad to see you again. I feel like I just saw you. Waking up on my back deck.
Darby still talks about that tent and how it was the most comfortable sleep ever. I'm like, that was all right. I actually don't remember sleeping. I think I was so tired.
Oh my God, that was fun. So for those who aren't aware, we did a little house concert here in the backyard. It was the first one we'd done, little hoop house stage. Johnny Myers was here from New York, who you'd never met before. You guys had never, and it was a really sweet something or other. And I just thank you again for making us your last stop on your tour.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
well,
really fun.
it was the last stop, and it was so sweet. It was the perfect way to end that. It was a month. I was on the East Coast for a month, and it was
Amazing.
just the perfect, like, homey, good people, potluck, so many delicious things on that table.
Oh my
Um,
God, the potluck
and
was
then
off the charts. Yes.
of course the music, of course.
Yeah,
Mm,
music was. I mean,
mm.
I always felt like I was just feasting. I kept dropping into audience mode. It was really. And the thing that really stood out was Pie. I'm never going to forget hearing that song for the first time. Like really, really, I'd heard it
Oh,
before, but like really hearing it from you. And
yeah,
and it's funny how songs work, isn't it?
yeah, it
How
is
we get
funny.
connected to each other. So
Yeah.
you have been up to all kinds of things. You've got a new album out that just
Mm.
came out the last year or
Oh
so,
yeah.
and then you've got another one in the hopper.
Yeah, A Thousand Tiny Torches came out in summer 2020, which feels like yesterday and also 1,000 years ago because so many things have happened. And, just in the world. I
Yeah.
mean, nothing's happened in my life, but in the world. And yeah, and then in the quiet of the quarantine last year after A Thousand Tiny Torches came out, I just, you know, spent time in here writing a lot of songs and then culling from that collection. Um, for this new album, Watershed, which is slated to start rolling out next year. So I'm right now in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign, which, as you know, they are limited time campaigns. They are opportunities to pre-order albums and get yoga lessons and songwriting lessons and custom songs written and all of that stuff. It's this real, like, condensed, less than a month amount of time. It's an all or nothing campaign. So I have 2 weeks left of this campaign, and I just passed I'm at 53% funded right now. So um,
Awesome.
I'm working hard
Yeah.
to get it to the full funding. So
It is a lot of work, and it's also like an amazing way to let people know that something's up.
that's right.
Put the hustle on, inspire us to get out there. I mean, I love Kickstarter for that. Inspire us to just be like, okay, we're going to make this happen, and
Yeah.
everybody's invested,
Yeah.
like financially, but also in the completion of it. Because if you don't reach your funding goal that you set for yourself in the allotted amount of time,
Yeah.
it all goes away.
Yeah.
So go straight over to ariellesilvermusic.com/new album and you can check out where what's happening there. And I'll post the link again in the comments. I'll put it in there a couple times, but
Awesome.
you can be a part of this amazing journey. So what do you say? Are you it looks like you've got your capo on and like you're heading somewhere. Are you ready to share a song with us?
Well, I mean, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning here in Los Angeles. Is it time to start singing? I have not sung today.
It's
Not even in
totally
the
time to
shower,
start.
because I often, like, warm up my vocals in the shower because it's a perfect environment, like steamy and nice. And even though the showers have to be really short here in Southern California.
Yeah.
But today, I played a house concert last night. It was a late night, and so the house was still sleeping when I woke up this morning. So I have not sung yet, but is it time to, like, warm
It
up the vocals to the interwebs?
Yes, it's time to just like jump in with both feet and take a little
Mm,
slug of that warm, delicious, whatever that is.
that is
And
coffee. That
yeah,
is coffee.
baby, that's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, I'm gonna step out for a second and just let you take over here.
All right, thank you, Jenny. Oh man, so like I said, early morning here in Los Angeles. I had a great house concert last night. It was really, really fun. It was hosted by a friend of mine not too far from here, and it was in her magical backyard, and it was in support of the Kickstarter. So a whole bunch of people came out, and because of the pandemic, I just haven't seen a lot of people. Some of my friends I haven't seen from before that time, and man, I just wanted to not sing and just stare at them. People are so beautiful in 3 dimensions. Um, but I think I'll start with this song. I grew up on the eastern seaboard, the Atlantic side of the country, and now I'm living on the Pacific side. And one of the levels of the Kickstarter that I'm running right now is to write a custom song for someone who wants to back at that level, a very generous level. And it's a special level. And I want to start with this song, a custom song that I wrote for a couple of friends when I ran a Kickstarter a number of years ago for the last album, Tanya and Javier, I sat down with them around their kitchen table before the pandemic, and we spoke about the strangeness that they even met. They are opposites. She is a deep introvert. He is a deep extrovert. They grew up in Mexico City, and then they moved to the United States so that he could work in the film industry. And she's a bookworm. She loves Jane Austen, and he is like, the Emmy Awards, the Oscars, like just the life of the party kind of guy. And we sat down and we talked about all of this plus their baby, who was on the way at the time and now a couple of years old. And this is the song that came out of that session. It's called Miracle, and I think it's going to be the first track on the new album. So I thought I'd start with that one. I saw Shane pop in there just then. Hi, Shane. Ankle deep in the Pacific, I sink my feet into the foam, looking out on the horizon where the ocean touches the unknown. Hands and knees beside a tide pool, filling buckets for a mold. And while my daydreams are drifting by, you've built a castle with a moat. I call it a miracle. You call it unpredictable odds. And maybe I'm more Sense and Sensibility. Maybe you're more Star Wars and Disney spinning the teacups. Faster and faster, and I'm looking up for the belt of Orion, beyond the circle of airplanes flying Europe on LA Stars award show fashion. Ooh, I call it a miracle. It seems improbable, the chances, when I think of space and time. We'd even land in the same country. You say, what a lucky roll of dice. Ooh, I call it a miracle. You call it unpredictable odds. And maybe I'm more Sense and Sensibility. Maybe you're more Star Wars and Disney spinning the teacups. Faster and faster, and I'm looking up for the belt of Orion, beyond the circle of airplanes flying Europe on LA Stars award show fashion. Ooh, I call it a miracle. You call it unpredictable odds. Maybe I'm more Sense and Sensibility. Maybe you're more Star Wars and Disney spinning the teacups. Faster and faster, and I'm looking up for the belt of Orion, beyond the circle of airplanes flying Europe on LA Stars award show fashion. Ooh, I call it a miracle. Call it a miracle.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Postcards here with Arielle Silver coming to us live from Los Angeles, California, where, by the way, it's a little bit early in the morning over there. And you sound amazing, even if you don't feel like your voice is warmed up yet. It sounds warmed up to me.
Oh,
So,
wow, thank you.
yeah, I love that song. And
Mm.
boy, so if you're just joining us, welcome to Postcards. We're just kicking off our fall season here, and you can write to us 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine 04101. I'm here with very wonderful, relatively new friend of mine, Arielle Silver. I've been on, but we actually, I think, met on your podcast. Is that right? Tone and Tune?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that is true. And I fell in
For
love with you
shame,
right away.
of course.
But
For shame.
but I also feel exactly. I feel like we're cousins because of our Shane connection. So I feel like Shane
Yeah.
has like these like it's like a family tree related by music and music studios and music producing and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes,
So
most definitely. I know when we were sitting that night and you looked at me like, I feel like we're musical cousins. And I was like, yeah, I think we are musical
yeah,
cousins.
yeah.
I
You've got
appreciate
the
that.
and we're like so far apart too. You're up in Maine, and I am as far away as you can get in Los Angeles, like diagonally across this vast landscape.
This is true. This is true. And, I wanted to just touch for a second on, speaking of California, there's a quick steals and deals. I'm not going to belabor this one. Okay. We're going to do this together though, right quick. Normally I just sort of like roll on and do it for like 6 or 7 minutes, but I want to bring up a couple steals and deals that came in my PO box, which by the way is still functional for forwarding. So if you wrote to me at the old address, you can still find me there. 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine 04101 is the new address. But either way, it'll get me for the next couple. Okay, so here we are, California. I wanted to get your opinion on this. So I'm looking at the
Huh.
Shaw. This is Shaw's. This is one of our wonderful local grocery stores.
I remember Shaw's.
Yeah, Shaw's is like
Yeah.
like you need ice cream at 10 o'clock at night. Also, that's the place to go from my house. Just so you know.
New Englanders and their ice cream. I've never stopped being amazed at this. It's like the freaking coldest place you can go. And it's like the best. I mean, Ben and Jerry's, JP Licks. Like, there's some really great ice cream coming out of New England. And I'm like, you only have like a month of the year where you can really enjoy it. But no, New
This is
Englanders like
true.
their ice cream in like February. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So okay, so speaking of ice cream, there was actually an ice cream thing that I wanted to say. This is not a local ice cream thing, but Market Basket, Breyer's ice cream, $2.99. That's bargain. If you live in New England and you need your ice cream now, go to Market Basket, $2.99 for Breyer's. Here's the question I have about California. At Shaw's, they have California peaches, plums, or nectarines for $1.77 a pound.
Now? October?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's your opinion on that, California person?
I think that they were probably picked like 2 months ago, and they've been carried on horse and pony, refrigerated truck, horse and pony, and it's just taken this long to finally get across Route 80. Like that horse and buggy that you saw on the side of the road, you thought it was Amish, but it was actually the plums and the peaches from California,
Okay. All right.
just
So we're
trying to
going to
make their
say
way.
my first thought was to say no to that. And I appreciate you confirming that
I
that's
haven't
probably.
seen those in the grocery. I mean, I should be going to the farmers market, and before the pandemic, I was religious about going to the farmers market, and then I stopped, and now I'm still in this like weird transition period. So I've just like I've been limiting my grocery shopping. I just buy a whole lot of groceries at one time.
Yep.
Um,
I hear
so
you.
I don't know. We're in this weird like watermelon to pumpkin transition. Like the watermelon season's over, but every once in a while there's like a shelf of watermelons, but the pumpkins are in, full array. Never mind that it's like 90 degrees outside here. It's like
Well,
you've got your pumpkins.
I have never heard seasonal change expressed in this way, Ariel. The watermelon to pumpkin zone, right? Because it's the big box of large things that came out of a field off a vine, right?
Right.
And in the summer, it's watermelons, and in the fall, it's pumpkins. So,
Well, Jenny, I have to say
yeah.
that this is one of my like I'm a fruitarian. I love fruit. Or Fruitosaurus. I think that I'm like
Fruit.
genetically related to whatever dinosaurs loved fruit. So this is my favorite topic ever.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you about that then. Don't think about it too hard. Long neck dinosaur or non long neck dinosaur?
I'm saying long neck.
I was going to say, like, you're like a Brachiosaurus type with the like eating off of the trees, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's
Eating
exactly
right off the
right.
trees.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that humans were descended from dinosaurs, but we learn something every day.
You know what? That's why I'm a songwriter. I'm not a paleontologist.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got a whole mess of people to say hello to. Okay, Shane says he got peaches yesterday.
Oh, what?
Those were excellent.
Okay.
If they're from down your way. We got Lisa Redford in the house. Of course, we said hello to Shane Alexander. We're saying hello again. We've got a couple other folks here. Oh, my dad.
Hi,
Hello,
Dad.
Dad. John Pettit, nice to see you here. Linda Baker and Jeff Randall, all good to see all of you. And I said hi to Lisa, right? Hello, Lisa. Hey, kitten. Hi, back. And Dagan's in the house. So good to see everybody here this morning. So, okay, so we touched on steals and deals. That's what we're doing for today. And but we're mostly here with Arielle Silver in support of her latest recording produced by Shane Alexander at Buddhaland Studios. It is in the Kickstarter phase right now, which if you're not familiar with, you're doing a 30-day Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, we got like 15 days left or something like that. Something
15
close
days
to that.
left, and you're about
Yeah.
you just passed the halfway mark.
Yeah, 53%.
Congratulations on that. It's a
Thank
big
you.
push. Kickstarter is a wonderful tool for artists to fund albums and other kinds of creative projects, and it is an all or nothing funding thing. So, I'm going to put the link in the comments again. Go on over there
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
check out what Arielle's got to offer. She's got some great offerings, and it's going to bring us a new album called Watershed. So,
Jenny, do you hear that alarm going off? Do you
oh
hear that?
yeah,
Okay, I gotta hold on just one
is
second.
that you or
I'll be
me?
right back with you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, see you in a second. All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Jenny Van West coming to you live from Portland, Maine, Postcards studio, where it's only 70 and sunny. This morning it was about 37 degrees out. Hence the hat and the jacket. It looks like it's warmed up into the 50s now. So excited to be with you here. Arielle will be back with us in just a second. You can write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 040. Oh, no, it's the new address. Oh my God, I got it in big letters up here. 224 Anderson Street, 04101, Portland, Maine. That is my new address. If you wrote to us at the old address, I did get your mail and it will get forwarded. But I have a new space over there, and I'm there a couple days a week. And a postcard studio is not located there, but my mailbox is now located there. So 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. And it looks like we got Arielle back. Oops. Hold on a second. Where are you? There you are.
Yeah. So
Everything okay?
yeah, so Monday mornings I lead a meditation session at this
Oh,
time,
yes.
and that was my
Tell me
alarm
that.
to like pull us out of meditation, and I completely forgot that I canceled the meditation this morning so I could be with you, and totally
Oh,
forgot about the alarm. So there you
well,
go.
that's awesome, and I appreciate you doing that, and to your constituents. Thanks to them as well. Now, we've been talking about your forthcoming album, Watershed, that's in
Yeah.
the Kickstarter phase. And have you got another song from that you might like to share, or another
Yeah,
song in general?
should I stay with the fruit theme?
Sh- Uh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we've already established that you're probably
Related to some.
a long, because I think I'm also a long neck dinosaur.
Oh,
Maybe not for the
cool.
same reasons.
Why? Why are you a long necked dinosaur?
Um, because they were just these kind of like giant, peaceful beings that wandered around.
Yeah, like
And
whoop,
yeah,
oh,
like,
oh, oh.
you know,
Yeah,
just kind of moseyed around the
yeah,
environment.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a mosier. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Jenny Von West, the Mosier.
A mosier.
It's a nice title. And I like the fact that maybe we'd end up in the same grove or something like that. You know, if you need to come over for some fruit, like you're welcome to.
Well, awesome. Okay, Fruit Tunes. You get an A plus from Biggie, and yes, thank you. I'm glad you like the hat. I can talk about this hat some other time. I'll tell you about it. It's got a little story to it. There's more than one in the world. Anyway, what have you got lined up for us next, Ariel? And then we're gonna read the mail after your song. We're gonna read the mail just so everybody knows. Tell us
Well,
what you got lined up for us.
you alluded to the song before. I can't remember what you said. Did you say it was a pie song? The pie song. Is that what you called it?
Yes, the pie song.
Well, I thought I'd play it. That last song I played and this song also, they're both on the new album Watershed, which I'm working on right now. People can pre-order it at that link that you keep putting up, and that would be when pre-orders are awesome. They help to like get the album finished.
Yeah.
And so anyway, this is a song from the new album. It's called Bramble Vine, and it's inspired by my old home when I was growing up in New Jersey in the woods, a mountainside community. There was a lake behind the house, and we had blackberries that grew wild back there. My mom used to go out there and try to pick some of those blackberries to make pie, and so this is a song called Bramble Vine. Blackberries grew in the thicket north of our yard. In summer we'd pick 'em, come home with stickers and thorns in our arms. Some hours later, when supper was plated and served, for the pleasure that went into making dessert. And some kind of love is like that, a sweetness buried in a thorny patch. Bramble vine, heating time, form a heart from the scraps, like making pie from scratch. Some kind of love is like that. Someone once showed me the best way to work with the dough. Just a few presses, you crimp down the edges, then squeak the old oven door closed. Finding a balance to strike between effort and ease requires some practice, delicate lattice. You learn it degree by degree, and some kind of love is like that, a sweetness buried in a thorny patch. Bramble vine, heating time, form a heart from the scraps, like making pie from scratch. Or some kind of love is like that. Some kind of love is like that. A sweetness buried in a thorny patch. Bramble fighting time, form a heart from the scraps. Like making pie from scratch. Some kind of love is like that.
Oh yeah, Ariel Silver here on Postcards. That was beautiful. I love that song.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's like food is one of those great connectors of life. It connects us with the people in front of us. It connects us with people we don't see sometimes. It connects us with, the past, the future, and so I'm having all kinds of feelings right now. Thank
You're
you
so
so much.
right, though. I mean, I think about this. We all have to eat. I mean, we have to consume energy in order to put out energy. All beings on this planet have to do
Yeah.
that. But we humans have made this art out of pies, and it's like we've taken this need that we have just to eat to sustain ourselves into this. It stands in for culture and family history, and just those times that you eat by yourself standing in the kitchen, and those other times when you're sitting around a table and connecting with just a friend one-on-one, or a huge Thanksgiving table or something like that.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. We're here with Arielle Silver.
you.
We're listening to some selections from her new album called Watershed, produced by Shane Alexander at Buddhaland Studios in Los Angeles, who also produced my last record. And
It's such a good record. I listen to that
thank
record
you.
all the time.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm honored that you said that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm back at you, girl. Back at you. And I do want to say a quick hello here to. We've got Brenda Austin, Daniels Austin in the house. Great to see you here. Well, Arielle, it's time to read the mail. This is another thing that connects people. We've got mail. Thank you, people, for writing in. I also have a postcard that I sent that came back to me for no particular reason. So I'm going to read it live, and we're just going to find out who that was for. So I don't think you haven't been on Postcards before. So what we do, what I was doing all summer was at 11:30 we read the mail on Mondays, and when we used to do interviews on Thursdays, we'd have interviews. It was wall-to-wall interviews on Thursdays, and now you get to be part of the mail, the reading the mail.
I love it.
Isn't that fun?
I love that
Okay.
you get mail.
Believe me, I do too. And I'm just going to say, write to Postcards at our new address, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. That mailbox is going to be the epicenter of our Mondays at 11:30, and we're 11:36. So let's get cracking, shall we?
Chop, chop.
All right. So first, I want to say I've got a postcard from Waikiki, and it is from my very dear friend JoJo Napai. She actually lives. She just moved to LA. She's in her late 60s. You never know it when you meet her. She's originally from the Philippines, lived in the United States for a very long time. Incredible singer-songwriter, and one of my best and most loved buddies, JoJo Napai. She says, a postcard for your postcard show. I still miss you anywhere I go, even in Hawaii. Love JoJo.
Aw.
And she lived in Portland for a number of years, and we worked together quite a bit and had a really fabulous time getting to know each other over the last couple of years she was living here. And now she's out there with her family, which is good. It's all good. So next time I come, we'll have to all get together.
Yeah, welcome to town, JoJo.
Yeah. Do you hear that, JoJo? I don't know if sometimes she checks in. She might be here. I'm not sure. Let's see.
It's awfully early on the Pacific Coast, so
I know.
if she needs to sleep in, that's okay.
So let's see. We've got a package. I got a package from David Hinsky, Evanston, Illinois, wonderful artist and musician. And check this out. It's got a bumper sticker. I opened up the bumper sticker and the CD, and look at that. Look what the name of his album is.
Postcards.
It's Postcards. It's like, it's in the water. Like people are thinking, this is like on people's minds. And so this is really exciting. And there's a really, he was on Postcards, I think it was during the pandemic time, 2020, 2021. He is a wonderful person. His wife's also an amazing artist. And I just love this. And check this out. Basic Blue. I love it. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So David Hinsky, I can't wait to listen to this today. This is going to go in my new little CD player that I've got in the other room. So I'm super excited about listening to that. And then we have a postcard that came back to me that was addressed to Judith Zweiman, who's one of our Postcards Turbo fans and one of my dear friends, also singer-songwriter, amazing lady down in Queens. And I wrote to you, I had the address right and everything, and for some reason it just came right back to my mailbox. So this was from August 22nd, Judith, just so you know, I sent you a postcard. Dear Judith, thanks for being a part of the fun, working on plans for New York this fall. Love, Jenny, hugs and tunes. Still working on the plans, so it's timely. It's timely. So anyway, Judith, I'll try again. I'll stick another stamp on it, see if it'll get to you. So there you go.
Did you hear about that postcard that I think it was a Dutch postcard that was mailed 64 years ago and it just arrived? Did you hear about this? It was in the New York Times just yesterday.
I did this. This was in the New York Times yesterday. I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah. Well, I saw the article yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
What's the scoop? Tell us the scoop.
They don't know why it got delayed, but it was mailed 64 years ago and it's finally getting to its destination. The person who wrote it is dead. The people that it was a postcard from vacation. The person she was on vacation with is dead. The recipient's husband is dead, but the recipient is still alive. And that postcard is finally getting to its intended owner.
Wow. And it showed up with the old postage on it and the whole thing?
I think that it showed up at the post office and they've tracked it down. So in the article it said that the post office is actually going to put it in an envelope and mail it to the intended recipient. And but they said that it's in great condition. So I don't know. I didn't see the post stamp, but
all right,
Dutch I thought postcard. Of you.
Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
And you've got a beautiful guitar there. And before you play another song, Arielle, maybe you could talk to us a little bit about that guitar. I know you and I have talked about it before. If anything that you would care to share, I always am interested in what people like to share about their instruments.
Oh yeah, I got this guitar in the summer of 2001, I had been looking for a guitar for a while, and I don't know what it is about guitars, but sometimes you pick one up and it's sort of like Harry Potter's wand, like it's the guitar for you. And in 2001, after looking for a new like workhorse, like a guitar that I could take on tour, that I could write on, that was just going to be my bedfellow. For the longest time I literally slept next to my guitar. This was it. And then it still is my go-to guitar. When I met Shane Alexander, the producer of Watershed and your record and my last record, before I met him, I saw some photos of him and I was like, he's playing my guitar. And, so that was, I thought, really super interesting. He also tours with this guitar, his own. His is, Shane takes better care of his guitars, I gotta say. This one is like a little dinged up and it has a little more wear, but yeah.
What's the model on that?
It's a D55, Guild D55. This was a reissue of a classic model, and it was brand new when I got it. And gosh, there's nothing that makes you really feel time more than when you go into a repair shop or something like that, and you bring your instrument that you bought new, and the person says, "Oh man, I love these vintage instruments." That's happened for me for a couple of instruments, like something I got when it was new and it's not so new anymore, but
yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And we're here with Arielle Silver, coming to us live from Los Angeles, California this morning, and we're so excited that you're here. We, meaning me. So happy that you're here. We're glad to be together. I got to be on your podcast a while back, and it was a ton of fun. Tomes and Tunes. Yeah. And we, as you have said, we're musical cousins.
Yeah.
One question I had, actually, I know I had one more guitar question for you, which is that when you were recording Watershed,
Yeah.
which is your forthcoming album. Kickstarter information right there and in the comments. Um,
Oh, whoops. There we go.
you know,
Oh, man.
I'm,
You,
I'm familiar with Budaland Studios, and
yeah.
there are a lot of wonderful guitars hanging on the wall there. And I'm curious about whether you mostly played this uh, your bedfellow there, or if you have some other guitars that appear on that record.
Yeah, this guitar actually does not appear on the record. I played Shane's guitars for that record, and if Shane, if you're still listening, maybe you chime in on which guitars. But I played one of his Gibsons, one of his Martins, and I fell frickin' in love. Forget about it. In love with this Collings guitar that he
Oh, the
has up there.
Collins. Yes.
Forget about it. It's irritating. I'm like, man, I like to live frugally and like cut it close to the bone. I don't need extraneous things in my life. I just need what I need, and like it's enough. And I love
And
that
apparently you don't
feeling.
need a car either because you need a Collings now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so I played that guitar and I was just like, man, it was kind of like that Harry Potter wand thing again. I was like, damn it. And so it has awakened this lust inside me for this Collins guitar. So great. It's something to aspire to. And one day when I have an extra, uh, $5,000 or so, I'll pick up this guitar. Right now, all the money is getting channeled to the record, so I'm happy to have that guitar on the record, and I'll just play Shane's, when I'm over there.
Yeah, totally. I know.
But
It's
yeah,
I hear you. It's when you get that kind of a sound, that next level kind of a sound, when I get that kind of a sound in my ear,
yeah.
it's very difficult to step away from that.
I didn't really understand guitar players because, up until this record, and that guitar,
Spoken like a true guitar player.
yeah, I didn't really understand it because I'm a woodwind player and I was trained classically as a clarinet player and studied that in music school and all kinds of stuff, and you don't like woodwind players have their go. It's like violin players. It's like you don't have a whole collection of these instruments. You have like the instrument that you play,
Yeah. Yeah.
whereas guitar players have like a whole array of guitars. And so I never understood that, and I came to playing guitar from that other mindset where this is like you build a relationship with a singular. I'm monogamous, I guess, when it comes to instruments.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
and
Some people are. Yep.
yeah, and so I didn't really get it until this record, when recording it at Budaland versus where we recorded the last record was at a different studio, and we didn't have that wall of guitars. And for this one, I got to know the different personalities of the different guitars that I was playing, and I've increasingly been finger picking more and more and more, and I just realized that some of those guitars, the ease of finger picking,
Yeah.
it changes depending on the guitar, the sound of the guitar, the feel of there's just
Yep.
something about that Collings.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, we could
Yeah.
talk about Colin. We could continue this conversation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I would like to, and we will.
Yeah.
We definitely will. But I think it might be nice to hear another song. You got one lined up there? Would you be
You
willing
know,
to share with us?
yeah, I can play this one. I gotta say, I'm still, even after all these years of the pandemic, still, meaning like live stream playing, I'm still a little uncomfortable with the strummers on live stream because it's harder for me to like um, you know, judge how it's sounding on the other side when I'm strumming. But I'm still gonna try this song. I've been loving on this song lately. This was inspired by so Jenny, you were a guest on my show Tomes and Tunes. I am a book lover, and this song and some of my other songs, the seed of the song came from an idea from a book, and I actually have the book that this particular song was inspired by. It's Gut Symmetries by Jeanette Winterson. And the quote in this book, I read this book so many years ago. I mean, back in the 90s when it came out, but it always stuck with me. This one passage in the book, she says, "I do not want to declare love on you as of midnight yesterday. I do not want to be captured nor to hold a honeyed gun to your head. I do not want to spend the rest of my life as a volunteer member of the FBI. Where did you go? Who did you see? What did you do today, dear? I would love you as a bird loves flight, as meat loves salt, as a dog loves chase, as water finds its own level, or I would not love you at all. And I was thinking about that idea and how when I met my sweetheart, Darby, I had made a conscious decision that I was not going to look to my next relationship, to my next partner. I was not going to look to them to be my surrogate parent, therapist, bank account, etc., etc. I was just going to love them for who they were, and if I couldn't love them that way, I didn't want to. Hi, Darby says hi to you too, Jenny. And I was gonna love Darby as for Darby, for the Darbiness of him. And so so this is a song that came out of that. It's called "Worth Waiting For." You stepped out in silhouette, barefoot, glowing, sounding out my name. Laughter and chatter, splash poolside, band began to play. And what can I say? And baby, you're not a fallback, a rebound, distraction, no flash in the pan. And baby, you're not a trinket, a trophy, a token to show on my hand. You are everything worth waiting for. Underneath a canopy of branches, the shadows dappled light of sun. It's gonna take my whole life to show you you are the one. And you are the one. 'Cause baby, you're not a fallback, a rebound, distraction, no flash in the pan. And baby, you're not a trinket, a trophy, a token to show on my hand. You are not the bottom of a bottle, a charm bracelet bauble tangled with stars and a horse. You are not a sweet drink, a Ferris wheel fling. You are everything. You are everything. And baby, you're not a fallback, a rebound, distraction, no flash in the pan. And baby, you're not a trinket, a trophy, a token to show on my hand. You are not the bottom of a bottle, a charm bracelet bauble tangled with stars and a horse. You are not a sweet drink, a Ferris wheel fling. You are everything. You are everything.
Yeah. Oh, Arielle Silver here on Postcards. That was exquisite. How's your
Thank
voice
you.
feeling? You sounded warmed up from the get-go, but I know it's dark early out there.
Oh man, I gotta drink more water. I'm just like
You
downing
sound
this
great.
coffee.
You
I've
sound
got
awesome.
I
Your
don't know
voice
if you
sounds
it's like I've got my two mugs here. I don't know if you've noticed I've been alternating, but I've been drinking more out of the coffee mug than the water mug. I toast to you, Jenny. Let's drink some water. Mm.
Oh my God. All I've got is coffee. My favorite
Oh,
mug.
oh, it's
Oh,
beautiful. I broke my favorite mug and I came back to this mug, which was my go-to mug for a
what does
long
that say
time.
on it?
Well, it's from my graduate school, from Antioch University, where I teach creative writing, and the back of it says MFA in creative writing, that's where I also got my MFA,
Nice.
and so I got, you know, at the graduation ceremony for the graduating class, underneath our chairs there were mugs. So we went up to get our
Nice.
diploma and we got a mug, and
Won't break the bank. I love a free mug. I love a free mug. Yeah, it's the best the kind you find under your chair. The
and this
green
is
kind.
just I don't yeah, the green kind,
The
and
green kind.
it's just like it's the mug, it's a tried and true mug. It just sticks around. Like it
The
I
right.
don't I'm terrible about breaking mugs, but I have not broken this mug, knock on
Good.
particle board, and
Oh my
so
goodness. Well, we have one more person to say hello to here. Thea McHugh Wood. Nice to see you here from the Horizon Foundation. Terrific, lovely. I haven't seen you since March, and let me tell you, 6 or 7 months has gone by in a flash. As has the last hour. We're getting
oh
close to the end of the show.
oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it's
time
just
flies
so
when you're having
fun.
fun.
It
I
is
know.
really fun.
I'm having good. I'm having a good time too. So if you're just joining us, you can write to us, PO Box. Oh no! See, there I go again. It's so ingrained. 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine 04101. If you write to our old address, it will get here. And I want to say another thank you to David Hinsky for sending your new CD postcards. Artist and musician David Hinsky, self-produced. I've heard some tracks off of this. It's really good. And also to Jojo, my dear friend Jojo Napai out in Los Angeles. Thanks for sending me a postcard from Hawaii, Waikiki. So we've been hanging out with a very wonderful Arielle Silver, joining us from Los Angeles. She's got a new record coming out called Watershed, and I want to just post that link one more time. You can just hop on over to your website, ariellesilvermusic.com, and go to new album, and all the info's there. It's a Kickstarter. It's about halfway through in terms of time and the money that you're raising.
Yeah.
I've done that Kickstarter thing a couple
Oh,
times, and it's work. And
I
so
I forgot to mention something about the
going.
Kickstarter. This week, an artist who I know, she is an actor. She is a phenomenal artist. She's a supporter of arts, and she is matching all pledges for the Kickstarter, up to $2,000.
Holy smokes,
So
that's amazing.
so 1 to 1. So people, this is
What's
such an NPR thing, and I love NPR. Like this is such a cool thing. But she is matching all contributions for the Kickstarter. So if someone
okay? This is
pre-orders,
a big one.
if someone pre-orders the album for the $25 level, it becomes $50 for the Kickstarter pledge. If someone orders a custom song for, I think it's at the 350 level, that becomes $700. It is awesome. I also have one level that's a two-parter, 2 1-hour Zoom mentor sessions that can be devoted to creating a person's individual meditation and yoga practice, or
Awesome.
work on songwriting or artist mentorship, or like I said, I teach creative writing. So that level is $200, but this week it becomes $400 because
That's
of
awesome.
this matching pledge. So folks, if you're
Wonderful.
listening,
Yeah,
join the Kickstarter. Now's the time. And your pledge goes even further, which would
that
really
is
help.
great news. That's terrific news, and I'm glad you're sharing it now. It's the doing Kickstarters it's work, and it really gets us organized. And I love that you are sharing. You've got these other things that are confluent with songwriting and performing. Taking care of our minds, taking care of our bodies, being a better writer, like, all these, and working with songs or mentoring, it's like, these are great things that you can offer. And so hop on over there. I'll put it up one more time, ariellesilvermusic.com/new album. Wonderful new album coming from this lovely human being who's joining us from very early in the morning out in Los Angeles,
Jenny, you're the
California.
best. Thank you.
God, I miss California because of people like you.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm thinking I miss
California anyway, but then there's people like you there, and I'm like, what's stopping me from just hopping on a plane? And if Shane's listening, he's like, yeah,
yeah. Well, that's so funny because I'm thinking, man, I miss New England because of people like you.
Hey, listen, we can high five each other on the way across the country. Me riding our flying long neck dinosaurs that we're going to fly from coast to coast. Or maybe that pony in the cart that was bringing those plums we were reading about.
Yeah, we've really locked down the flora and the fauna on this call.
This is Postcards, baby. This is what we do here. And you clearly understand the MO in the Postcard studio.
That's right.
Los Angeles Annex today.
I got you.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end of our broadcast here. We got a couple comments I want to check in. We've got it's just, and one of the things I love about doing this, and you probably feel the same way about Tones and Tunes, when you get a couple people chit-chatting with one another, and it's neat to see where people are. And Thea, who lives in Detroit, is in New York today, and it's just nice to see everybody here chit-chatting with each other. Thanks everybody for being here. Well, I wanted to say hello to Ann Smith. I didn't get a chance to say hello. Hello, Ann Smith. Thanks for checking in with us here at Postcards today. Nice to see you here. We've been having a wonderful time with you, Arielle. Thank you so much for being here.
So fun.
Yes, I agree. Let's do it again sometime. And good luck with funding the new record. And I normally would go out with the postcard song. I'm just going to share my new address one more time. We do have a new address, 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine. That's the address of my new teaching studio. And I'd love to hear from you all. We'll read it on the show. And then I'd love it if you'd be willing to take us out with a song.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'll take you out with, I think of this as an uplifting song. But I think that Shane, as we were producing the song, I think he heard it more as a disaster song. And so, it's for the optimists and the pessimists. It's really like it's like the red lifesaver. Like everybody can connect and like the song, whether they have a fundamental a positive outlook on life or whether they're scared.
Yeah. Real talk. Well, listen, hang out for a minute after the show so you can say hello and goodbye in the green room before you go off. We go off to our days. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for showing up this morning, saying hello, making the first day of our fall season just awesome. Really appreciate that. Amazing show. Thanks, Diggy. Great to see you here. And, keep those cards and letters coming, people. 224 Anderson Street, Portland, Maine, 04101. That's our new address. It's in the song. It doesn't rhyme, but that's okay. Really, we just have to kind of roll with that sort of stuff. You can't pick an address just because it's going to rhyme in the song that you already wrote. Know what I mean?
Jenny, what's the rhyme that doesn't rhyme anymore?
Well, it used to be P.O. Box 1252. Just write a postcard 04098. Just write a postcard to Portland, Maine.
The A.
It's a loose rhyme.
And so now what is
Ellis.
it?
Oh my goodness. Just wanted to say, Tawny Ellis just checked in. Sorry to interrupt you.
Hi, Tawny. So wait, what is it? So it's the zip code. The zip code's the problem. Is that what it is?
Yes. So the zip code. And you know what? If one decides it's not a problem because one wrote the song, it's not a problem. Know what I mean?
Right. Totally.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with your Kickstarter. So great to check in with you and see your face and hear your voice and hear your songs. I have no doubt that this is going to be a fabulous follow-up to 1,000 Tiny Torches that came out in 2020. Watershed, new album from Arielle Silver. You can check her out, ariellesilvermusic.com/new album. And there are matching grants this week, matching funds this week. If you join the Kickstarter, if you contribute 20 or 100, it's going to be 40 or 200, etc. Lots of good offerings there. All right, take it away, dearie. Thank you,
Jenny,
again.
you are the best. Thank you so much for having me.
Mwah.
All right, here we go. I'll take it out with this song. This is inspired by true events coming down the pike. An asteroid is coming. I read it in a magazine. It's gonna come incredibly close. Tall as the Empire State Building, chaos on the doorstep. I tell you we should hide, stockpile jars of jelly. Clean the sleeping bag, stock up on wine. You say this could be our big chance. Hot glue and cardboard boxes, together we can build a rocket. We can launch a rocket to the sky. Or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe we just strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. The pasta shelves are empty. There's panic on the news. I'm crying in the front yard, thinking about everything we'll lose. I hear music from the house. You swing the windows open wide, raise two crystal glasses. Say today you pour in the good wine. You say if this is our last dance, then let's not waste a minute. If I get one wish, baby, you're in. We can launch a rocket to the sky. Or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe we just strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. And while we're alone together, I know what might make us feel better. And while we're alone together, I know what might make us feel better. We can launch a rocket to the sky, or we can dig a cellar to hide in. Maybe we strike a balance, unroll the hammock, hold each other through the panic. Maybe it's a prophet with a prize. Hark the herald angels singing when the rocket of the cosmos sways us. Love will save us from asteroids and chaos. Asteroids and chaos. Asteroids and chaos. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Arielle. Have a great week, everybody.
Oh man.
Thanks
Too
again.
fun.